It's been raining a lot. There's flooding in some zones that is damn near biblical. The Henares River is quite full. There's even police warnings posted around saying, be careful. But these sandy farm roads up here on top of the Viso del Cerro they're okay. There's a few lakes. I went through one on the way to the lookout point, but nothing one could. The climb up here was a good test for the new Bafang 500 watt hub motor. Normally it's difficult on any bike, e-bike or not, because it's a steep little hill. Like I mentioned in other videos, it wasn't the 350 watt power that was particularly lacking. I thought that was strong enough and light enough. I rather liked it. What I didn't like is the motor would overheat, and as it continued to get too warm on rides, the performance kept dropping. I'm using the old setup. I changed the percentage of power going to the motor, but I'm using the old setup as far as how fast it'll accelerate and that kind of a thing, which should be good for this motor. Dumping 100% power at it will shorten its lifespan a little, I think. Nevertheless, my gravel bike has that same Yosi 350 watt hub motor that this bike had since it was new, almost 2 years ago now. And that bike has over 10,000 kilometers on that particular hub motor without any problems. And this bike already ate 2 350 watt hubs. I did replace that Bucklow's 32 millimeter stanchion 120 millimeter travel air fork with this RockShox Recon, which is also 32 millimeter stanchions, but 100 millimeters travel. It's got a little less travel. To be honest, I don't think I'll ever notice the difference. The idea with the 120 was the amount of sag that you get when you do your air fork setup would be about 20 millimeters or so you'd still have that 100 millimeters of travel, but I never used it. I think maybe I used 70 millimeters maximum that I measured. So far today, I've only used about 40 or so millimeters of this board, maybe less. I have to measure it. Probably closer to 30. And that's testing it into some potholes and going on some lumpy surfaces. Mostly where it gets compression is when braking. Well, that bike's got a motor. That's kind of cool. I've seen those two-stroke kits on AliExpress. They look terrifying. So I'm at the maximum speed that this motor is governed for, and that's about 41 kilometers. The old motor would max out at 40 with pedaling. This will do 41 only on throttle. So it is stronger. It's not amazingly stronger, but where I really notice it, when I was going up to Viso del Cerro, it was effortless. I still need to tune the controller to get the maximum amount of juice going to when I want it. I don't want more speed. I just want as much torque as the motor can produce. So I'll take a look to see which is the best way to accomplish that. I really noticed the difference between the bucklows and this rock shock. For example, going around this turn felt a little sketchy before. Now it feels solid. Everything feels good. I finally fitted the new eddy current rear tire onto this new fang wheel. I couldn't get it to seat correctly on the old rim. It was like the whole thing was just out of balance. At any rate, this is a mountain bike rim, and it's not a V brake, as they call it, rim with the braking surfaces. And that might be the difference. Nevertheless, it fits very nicely. The front eddy current was on backwards, and I needed to take it off because the rim tape became compromised because it got wet so many times it scooted over, letting the hole in the spoke holes cut the tube. So that was replaced. And I remounted it correctly. Although, to be honest, I don't know if there's really a difference. I can't even find where it says direction, but according to Schwabe, when you mount the tire, you should be able to, when you're standing over the bike looking down, you should be able to read where it says the tire size. It's printed in the middle of the tire between some tread blocks. So that's the rock shock, the safety shield for the rotor, which I think is useful, but it's not particularly robust. And the mud guard, which is interesting. The Recon didn't come with a washer, an O-ring, I mean, for the fork travel, so I tied a rubber band to it. And as you can see, I've done probably about 40, 50 millimeters, I don't know. I'll play with that. It may need a little more air. Or I need to play with the compression. The river is particularly crazy, and a lot of the rivers in Spain are acting particularly crazy right now because of the heavy rains we've been having. Actually, it's been a little scary. Gotta go.